A deadly crash on the I-11 near Boulder City, how it's part of a disturbing trend. Plus, former President Trump's first criminal trial is now over. A look at whether the guilty verdict will do much to sway voters. And if it's a weekend in Las Vegas, that means road construction. We'll let you know what to look out for while driving this morning.
Now, this is 8 News Now, Weekend Edition. Live, local, now.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us on 8 News Now Weekend Edition. I'm Joshua Peguero. Kamari Esquera has a day off. Hot temperatures are on the horizon, so let's start by going to 8 News Now meteorologist Mary Jane Belieza to see how hot it will get. Mary Jane.
We're talking hot temperatures in your forecast with increasing temperature values each day. We're at 99 right now, although it is possible that we could see 100 degrees in other valley locations. 102 by Monday, Tuesday at 104. So definitely is a hot one. And this puts that at a moderate risk by the time we roll through your afternoon. This is actually improving conditions with that unhealthy for some people with what we saw yesterday. So even though we continue to see moderate as far as your air quality, that does mean that wind and that heat is trapping some particulates out there into the valley. So make sure you're taking extra precautions if this heat continues to affect you. Now, as far as the winds, it hasn't been too bad here. Wind speeds coming in from the south anywhere from at least 5 to 10 miles an hour. But the gusts, that's something that has been picking up over the last 24 hours. Today, not too bad with gusts at 25 miles an hour. We'll likely see similar conditions for your Monday as well. More details on the way with what to expect in My Weather Now.
All right, we're looking forward to that, Mary Jane. Thank you. Nevada State Police say a crash near Boulder City involving a wrong-way driver killed 2 people and sent 3 to the hospital, 2 of them children. NSP said the driver would be booked on suspicion of impairment. This all happened just before 2:30 yesterday afternoon. The southbound lanes of I-11 were closed for several hours because of the crash, causing delays and concerns for drivers.
They got the median barrier. I don't see how he got that far with driving down the road like that. We dealt with a lot on the 93 going back to Arizona. People tried to pass. Head-on collisions happened. It's a 140-mile-an-hour collision right there.
This marks the 4th deadly crash involving wrong-way drivers in southern Nevada this year. In March, 3 people died near Laughlin. In April, 2 also died on I-11 near Boulder City. And later that same month, 1 in North Las Vegas. There was also a wrong-way crash on the US 95 between Kyle and Lee Canyon roads on Friday. That wreck seriously injured Nevada Department of Corrections officer. The suspected driver in that incident, Donovan Garcia Moreno, is facing several charges, including DUI and driving without a license. Moreno did not appear in court yesterday due to medical reasons. His next hearing is set for Tuesday. North Las Vegas police are in need of your help to find the missing 74-year-old woman. They say Inez Wilson was last heard from around 8 Friday morning. She was speaking to a relative on the phone at her home on Emmons Avenue near Pecos and Lake Mead Boulevard. Anyone with information is asked to contact North Las Vegas PD. Their number, 702-633-9111. The man accused of stalking a school board trustee while leaving threatening voicemails says he did not leave those messages. 8 News Now spoke with James Bayless from jail. A CCSD police report shows Bayless left 32 voicemails for school trustee Katie Williams. However, even after we read some of them back to him, he claims that wasn't him. You can't wait till this is over and you can pick her up and you're going to give her a big hug. What's that about?
I never even said that.
Yeah, this is in the police report. Police said Bayless left another 28 voicemails on April 8th. He was arrested 2 days later. A judge ruled that he is not competent to stand trial. Following his historic criminal conviction, former President Donald Trump did not head to the campaign trail. Instead, he went to last night's UFC fight. Trump has vowed to fight the conviction. He continues to try to undermine the integrity of the process with baseless claims. It's unclear how voters will react in battleground states that may swing the election. Many seem to have made up their minds already.
I'm very happy that they got convicted.
I'm still voting for Donald Trump. I think this whole thing has been a mockery.
Meanwhile, President Biden and former President Trump are scheduled to face off on a debate stage on June 27th. You're looking live at the 15 near Neon Gateway. Nevada State Police telling us several ramps were closed for a time due to police activity. The 15 Charleston northbound on-ramp and the 15 Neon Gateway northbound ramp are now open. The 1595 northbound flyover interchange ramp will remain closed. NSP advises drivers to slow down in the area or use an alternate route. We will bring you more on this as it becomes available. And here's a live look at the US 95, where there's marathon work happening throughout the weekend. The northbound side is down to one lane between Sunset and the Galleria Drive overpass. The Sunset on-ramp to the highway is also closed. All of this will last until 5 a.m. tomorrow. You can find all this information on our website, 8newsnow.com. Riding home when you don't know if you'll make it back home. As we approach the anniversary of D-Day, we visit a man whose mission is to collect the written messages from those who were experiencing the horrors of war. Stay with us. We are live, local, now.
Now, this is 8 News Now, Weekend Edition. Live, local, now.
As we at 8 News Now continue to honor those who served, one man is on a mission to collect and save wartime letters. The letters are powerful first-hand accounts of life on the war front and the toll that it takes. We caught up with the founder of the War Letter Project in Washington, D.C. Marilena Dolores has the story.
Andrew Carroll is making a house call of sorts, a history house call.
Hey!
Hey, Andy. Hey.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for letting me do this. Oh, so you do have the originals.
Oh, yeah, no.
Letters written during World War I by Scott Thompson's grandfather Horace to his sister Garland.
That's a photo of him when he was a corpsman in the Army.
Carroll is the founder and director of the Center for American War Letters at Chapman University. He's collected hundreds of thousands of letters from every war dating back to the Civil War.
The letters themselves run the gambit of the human experience. And war kind of makes these letters more vivid because there's this life and death aspect to them. So the love letters are more passionate, the philosophical letters are more profound. It's just, you really get a sense of all the emotions that frankly every one of us can relate to.
The letters were just in a trunk that my dad had, in one of these old trunks that people keep, and you know, we sort of uncovered them, and I'd heard about the project, your project, and so that prompted me to think, hey, well, you know, these would be, I think, great for and help the project, and so I thought it would be a great home for them. You know, this is 1918 from France.
We are a few miles behind the lines now, and it certainly feels funny not to hear the guns all day and the gas alarms. So yeah, you look at the date, August 15th, that's very significant because the real battles between the Americans and the Germans are really intensifying.
Yeah, I just can't imagine a 17, 18-year-old being in that situation. So different from, you know, when I was that age. Yeah. That's not what I was doing. I was playing tennis on a tennis court.
You know, it's about, you know, helping to bring these troops to life and to teaching other generations about what they did, their service, their sacrifice.
My dad will be thrilled. My dad is 90 and still doing well. I've told him that I'm gonna, you know, give these letters to you guys, and so he's happy.
And there's seeing the courage of their brothers and sisters in arms, and again, that's what makes these letters so engaging, is that they really do capture the human experience, you know, from many different levels. Whether it's giving a talk to generals at the Pentagon or to a high school group, they all come up and want to like look at that one letter and hold it, and of course we have it in, you know, plastic protection and so forth. But it really does make a difference to have that tangible object in your hand because you have a connection to the person who wrote it.
In Washington, D.C., I'm Maria Elena Dolores.
As a reminder, we are airing an hour-long special about D-Day here on 8 News Now. That's on Wednesday, 8 p.m., right after Wheel of Fortune. Mary Jane.
You see that triple-digit heat. We'll take a look at what to expect with an excessive heat watch on the way this week.
You're watching the Valley's most accurate forecast on 8 News Now.
A forecast high of 99 degrees is what we're expecting for today, although some valley locations could already see those triple digits as well. Winds still coming in today from the west-northwest, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Not too bad. However, as we continue to see the heat and the winds, we're looking at a very high UV index of about 10. So anytime from 10 to 4 p.m., that's where we continue to see that peak heat. So if you have to be outside, make sure you're staying hydrated by drinking plenty of water and taking frequent breaks out there, because heat exhaustion can definitely creep up on you quite fast. Now, as far as that low pressure system moving off, that's not really what's giving us a lot of those winds. We continue to see that shortwave trough that's really impacting most of the Pacific Northwest, giving them a little bit of moisture and activity. But for us, we continue to see triple digit heat with a ridge of high pressure building over the next couple of days. So that's definitely something that we're keeping an eye on in your forecast, because we could see the hottest temperatures that we've seen coming. It's on the way here. So as far as what to expect with your accurate 8 to 8, upper 90s mainly is what we're seeing for this afternoon. However, those winds will remain light. 95 degrees already by your 8 p.m. hour. So still a hot one even after the sun goes down. So as the valley continues to heat up, you might want to cool down up at Mount Charleston, where we're seeing those 70s. 72, not too bad, but 92 out at Red Rock. Just some light winds coming in from the east at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. It is still a hot one, however, when it comes to Lake Mead at 98. So make sure you are packing plenty of sunscreen and bringing your life vest as well. Winds could make the waves a little bit choppy coming in from the south at about 5 to 15 miles an hour too. But overall, as I mentioned, the heat is still yet to come, because right now we're only seeing 99, 100 degrees, but we are really starting to see that ridge of high pressure build by Tuesday. So by midweek, that's where we start to see that excessive heat watch in effect, with the warmest temperatures really pumping up at about 107, 109, and 107 again by your Friday. Low pressure system off the Baja California coast moving in that could slightly cool us down, but notice we're still in those triple digits, so that puts us still above average by next weekend.
Now, this is 8 News Now Weekend Edition. Live, local, now.
As Logan mentioned earlier, it was Prince and Princess Night Out at Las Vegas Ballpark yesterday. Here are some of the royally dressed youngsters performing ceremonial first pitch duties. It looked more like rolling the ball than pitching it, but all had fun, so all was well. That's all the time we have left on 8 News Now this morning. Remember, you can keep up with breaking news by visiting our website, 8newsnow.com. Have a great Sunday. Stay cool and stay hydrated.